Hello and welcome to a new episode of Experiencing Infdev Plus. In this episode, I'm going to explore the Stronghold dungeon, as I've promised in the previous episode. But before that, there is an item that I would like to show you, which I forgot to show in the previous episode. The item that I forgot to show is the quiver. The quiver can be used to store up to 3 stacks of arrows. Works the same, similar to backpack in that it actually stores the arrows inside of itself. However, unlike the backpack, whenever you shoot an arrow from the quiver will get damaged, meaning that without an bracelet of unbreaking, it will break after you shoot 2 stacks of arrows. We don't need you now because I plan to use it while exploring the dungeon. Okay, let's start exploring the Stronghold. However, before we start, there are a few things that I would like to say. Firstly, as I said in the previous video, dungeons aren't finished yet, so they will likely change in the future releases. So when this version actually releases, they will likely be different. Second thing is that I would like to talk about this dungeon. In particular, I would like to talk about this boss. The boss of this dungeon is basically an invincible statue that moves only when you move. If you've watched Doctor Who, then you might recognize them as weeping angels. There is actually a way to defeat them, which is why by opening the lock chest which is inside this dungeon, the key for this lock chest can be found inside this dungeon in a special room. So I will try to find this key and open the chest. I haven't really explored this dungeon yet, so I don't kinda blind. I do know what to expect from this dungeon. The boss of this dungeon grants training fatigue if you get too close to it. I brought some med packets. Further ado, I should start. Alright, first. There is the boss. To remove the lock chest, you can block it this way so it can't get to me. You can see the boss and turn around. You can see it move. And should be careful. So, because I can't really fight it, so be careful so it doesn't kill me. And it can teleport. Anyway, be careful. Mining fatigue is running out, so drink some milk so I can break food. I food there. Let's try this staircase so doesn't go there, so I go in this way. Interesting so far. As you can see, spawners also spawn inside this dungeon, so might be a good place to set up a farm once you conquer it. Because after you defeat the boss and you light up the entire area, there isn't really any danger. Should also be careful because that you could be like probably isn't close to me since I don't see the health bar, so I should be fine for that. Is the special room that I talked about. As you might have noticed, this dungeon is basically very, it's inspired by Stronghold from Vanilla MC and Stronghold that was like in a pre-release early Strongholds, that prototypes that you might have seen the screenshot of. Anyway, I light it up so no monsters will spawn. Take the key and unlock the chest. After that, the dungeon is basically conquered. It was kinda easy, but for release it might not be as easy. It also was easy because I was lucky and the special room was easy. The special room with the spawners was easy to find. Anyway, not sure if I've said it in the previous episode, but the locked chest also now has sound for when you haven't unlocked it yet. This sound. And there is also a sound for when you unlock it, which is this sound. Let's check out food. Looks like we have Bane of Arthropod sword and life shard. Both of these will be quite useful. Also take just with me. Lanterns. Wait. French. Do I have to take it again? Anyway, I'll try exploring the dungeon a bit. I've jungled a bit, and if I find anything interesting, no. I think that will be it for the Stronghold for now. I don't think there is really that much to see. I've defeated the boss. Of course, I will explore Stronghold again once the dungeons are actually finished, but for now I will leave them be. Last thing that I would like to do in regards to Stronghold is show the structure. For that I have decided to use cheats and switch my mode to spectator so that I can show you how it looks. So here it is. Here you can see the boss room where chest was. A special room with 4 corners and the key, the chest that used to have the key. Stronghold is kinda big. There's also a regular dungeon in it, with there are a whole bunch of rooms. Not much to see. Just like in Vanilla, there are also some libraries. I change to survival. That here it is. We have some books. You can find some important books in this dungeon, just like in the regular dungeon. Just some books and paper, particularly useful. Anyway, that's it for the dungeon. I will now put some of this stuff home and continue exploring. Would you look at that? I managed to actually find it as a pyramid dungeon. As I've mentioned in one of the clips in the previous episode, dungeons in this release are fairly common, so I actually managed to find it close to the Stronghold that I explored at the start of this episode. Anyway, as I've mentioned several times during these 3 episodes, the dungeons are unfinished, so the Desert Pyramid dungeon doesn't actually have a boss, so I only need to defeat the monsters, but as a side effect of that, I can't actually unlock the locked chest at the dungeon because I can't actually get the key for it. Let's go inside. As you can see, bottom floor got a bunch of spawners. So try to disable them. I think I managed to disable all of them. You can see you've got 4 mummy spawners and mummy spawners for mummies and some spiders. You might have also noticed that there's a new block here, which is the chiseled sandstone. I didn't decide. As far as I know, the only place where to obtain the chiseled sandstone, and I don't think there is a recipe for it. We go to the second floor. You can see that there is a bunch of pots with goods in them, so let's get some. You can see in the bottom right corner, you can see what stuff I'm getting. Not particularly interesting. We go to the top. Some gem blocks along with a locked chest, but I can't unlock it because I don't have a key. Can't get a key right now, so it will remain locked. Anyway, I'll mine these and show you the last thing that is inside this pyramid. The last part of the of this pyramid is hidden under this floor. It's a secret room, kinda right like in Desert Temple in modern Minecraft. And find a bunch of stuff here. Unlike modern, there isn't any trap, just loot that you can find. Well, that's all there is to the pyramid. Find the other dungeons that I haven't shown, and hopefully also find another Stronghold dungeon, because I'd like to find a magic mirror. Anyway, as I said before, you should remember that this is just a pre-release, so the dungeons will definitely change in the full release. I'll now continue exploring. I was kinda hoping to find a village while exploring. The reason is that I don't really have any carrots or potatoes. I haven't found any yet since they have been added. So I was kinda hoping that I would find a village while exploring and get some carrots and potatoes. I just happened to find a village where 3 of the houses are submerged for some reason. Anyway, explore. No chests here, nothing interesting. Got ourselves a carrot. It's nice. Now we just need a potato. I'll have everything I need. Not quite, of course, but you get what I mean. Potato. Exploring now and loot the houses and continue exploring. Seems that I've managed to get lucky and found another stronghold next to a flower forest. I've already shown what stronghold looks like, so I don't think it's necessary to show it again. So explore it and kind of loot I get from the locked chest. Okay, here is the loot that I managed to get from Stronghold. I managed to get myself a magic mirror and these 2 battle axes. I'd say it's a good loot because I was actually hoping to find a magic mirror. battle axe is also nice. If you watched episode 14, you might remember that it used to be called the Unsynced Kanashige, but now the name now has been changed to Unsynced Battle Axe. Not that big of a deal, but what I mentioned it. Anyway, I'll try. I'll continue exploring and hopefully I will find a Tree of Life and the Jungle Dungeon. The dungeon that we are going to now explore is Tree of Life. Dungeon is still unfinished because the boss of it and the other enemies inside of it haven't been yet added. The boss of this dungeon is going to be tree end, just as the enemies, and of course generation isn't possibly still not finished, so it likely won't spawn like this. And anyway, as I've said, the enemies inside it haven't been yet added, so spawners that currently spawn are just spawners currently have pigs inside them. Anyway, I go up, you'll see that this dungeon actually has a heap of floors. And somewhere in the top floor is locked chest. Here it is, but I can't open it because I don't have a key. There's nothing else on the side. Up here. This tree is quite tall, so there is quite a nice view from here. Anyway, as I said, this tree dungeon is still unfinished, so things will be different when the full release comes out. Anyway, since the last clip there has been a new preview release. This release adds some new biomes, so I'm going to continue exploring, and hopefully along with the biome I will also find the last dungeon, which I haven't shown yet. Anyway, I've decided to change my plans. Instead of exploring and finding the jungle temple in survival, I've decided to show it in creative. It's not finished, so I feel like finding it in survival. Anyway, I've also decided to leave the biomes for the next episode, since I don't want this episode to be too long, like the last episode. Anyway, as you can see, the jungle temple is basically like jungle temple in Modern MC. It's also this current version. It's also surrounded by some slime spawners. There are only 2, but there can also be more. Anyway, we go inside, see that nothing upstairs. The interesting part is stairs, which basically the same as modern. There are some pots here with various loot. The loot is the same as in the desert temple. Anyway, here is the lock chest. Unlock it, you will see that it's basically the same loot as from the Tree of Life. Wait. Unlike modern MC, Infdev Plus doesn't have any redstone, so there is no hidden chest like in modern, so yeah. There is still one more dungeon that is going to be added in 0.5, which I haven't shown yet. That is the Lich castle. The reason I haven't shown it yet is because I haven't hasn't been implemented yet. The reason for that is that there are some problems with the implementation. To show that here are some pictures that show current progress. As you can see, things are really going well, so there isn't really much to say about them. So wait, once they get added, I'm definitely going to show them, but for now there isn't anything to talk about. The thing that I can say is that the Lich Castle is going to generate inside of a taiga, so which is the biome that I'm currently standing in. Before I end the episode, there are 3 things that I would like to mention. Firstly, as you might have noticed, the play tutorial level is no longer grayed out because a tutorial level has been added. I'm not going to show it to you because I want to follow it. You should see it yourself. There's also a place for you to find it, so try checking it out. Wait, the second thing that I want to show you is that that the teleporters now require gems to work. So whenever you want to teleport, you need to right-click the teleporter with the corresponding gem. So that means sapphire for blue teleporters, emerald for green, and for red. Third and last thing is that you can actually break the bots by shooting them with an arrow. You do that, you can pick up the items that were stored inside it, but the bot gets broken. Anyway, as I said, that it will be all for this episode. I have covered everything that I wanted to show about the dungeons, and in the next episode I'm going to show the new biomes and changes that have been done to biomes. Anyway, as I have said many times, dungeons aren't finished yet, so once they are finished, I'm going to explore the finished dungeons again. Wait, that will be it for now.